You can't do it. It's impossible to do it. You've been advocating for it. You say, I want every business to be able to have complete and total freedom of association. Then they use it against you. And in order for you to be intellectually consistent, you have to concede that that's true. And so you basically screw yourself over.
No,
I've watched these libs put you fuckers through the meat grinder on this 100 times. And there isn't a damn thing you can do about it. Your own logic does it to you. Because that's a conversation that really needs to happen now, because the vaccine passports inside the United States, I think, also they're being pushed for fairly hard. And what the left does is the way that they'll argue this is they'll say, look, we need to have them, and you can't say anything. And you can't say anything because you've all been proponents of private businesses being able to refuse service on any grounds. So if they go through private businesses and the private businesses say, without this passport, you can't buy, sell, or trade here, there really isn't much you can do about it. And you kind of painted yourself into a logical corner where you can't fight against it either, because for the last 30 years, you've been saying, that you want businesses to be able to freely discriminate as much as they want to. So now that's going to be used against you. And this is why you have to have a logically consistent message, or you're going to get your asses kicked every single time by these progressives, every single time.
Man, I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that too.
Yeah, well,
the freedom to discriminate in your business, right? To participate with another person in a business transaction. I've actually done that before. Oh man, but that is taking it to its logical conclusion, where if they say, hey, do you have your yellow star or your passport? No.
Well, that's service. The thing, right? What's the far right advocating for? And these fucking groypers I'm always fighting with? We want complete and total freedom of association. Okay, well, that means that people who don't want to give you goods and services because you don't have your little fucking stupid passport don't have to, do they? No, they don't. Nope. They don't. And when they shut down all the small businesses who can, now all you have is Walmart, and Walmart says, where's your vaccine passport? And you don't have one, you're going to starve to death. But hey, at least you had an intellectually concise message, right? At least you were consistent with your message. Sure, it's being used against you because you're literally retarded. But hey, at least you had it. At least it was concise.
Yeah, and then why if you already, you're hearing Andrew here talk, why, if you now know what it leads to, why still stick to it so hard? It's nothing but emotions holding you to that position at this point. You got to say that.
It doesn't have anything to do with ending forced diversity. I'm not talking about forced diversity. What I'm talking about is if your stupid ass messaging is to say, I want complete and total freedom of association. And then businesses say, well, that means we have the freedom to not associate with you because you don't have this criteria that we want inside of our business. You cannot argue against that intellectually. You understand? You can't do it. It's impossible to do it. You've been advocating for it. You say, I want every business to be able to have complete and total freedom of association. Then they use it against you. And in order for you to be intellectually consistent, you have to concede that that's true. And so you basically screw yourself over.
No,
I've watched these libs put you fuckers through the meat grinder on this 100 times. And there isn't a damn thing you can do about it. Your own logic does it to you.
Yeah, and you don't screw yourself over. You commit to verbal seppuku or harikiri. The blade just goes through your stomach, through the vital, and it's over. Why? Because you constructed the argument yourself. You have to accept it. If you're not willing to say, okay, what I was promoting was stupid, I got to come up with something else or go to the winning position.
Right. Well, I get that you understand the point, and I know you understand the point. But what I'm saying is that if you're going to craft a message, you better make damn sure you think about what can happen on the back end if the message is used against you. Progressive think tanks do this, and they're really good at it. And you know what the right does? They go, well, people will just use common sense. People will just use common sense. No, they won't use fucking common sense. They won't use common sense at all. They need to be, literally, you need to craft messaging that makes complete sense so that you don't get destroyed on the back end of your message, because they will use it against you. They will destroy you with it, and they'll be very happy to do it. Very, very, very happy to do it.